Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Field Focus. I feel we've been doing quite a lot around social media last week and this week. So although it says social media today, if you've got a burning question, please put it in the feed and I'll get back to you. But I just want to talk to you about mindset today, because it comes up time and time again for all of us. So mindset is something, a positive mindset, growth mindset is something that we all need in our life, never mind our business. But I want to share with you the importance of developing a positive business mindset around being an entrepreneur, because that's what we're talking about. But so that means about being an author, about being a speaker, and about being a business owner, an entrepreneur, solopreneur, whatever title you give yourself. So for me, mindset is everything. And when we start getting our mindset right, we start to fuse with our heart and soul. But equally, you can start with your heart and soul, and then it can have the ripple effect and the upward on the mindset. But my big thing is about having that I can mindset. It's about when barriers come, you learn to problem solve and deal with them with that positive, open mind that everything and anything is possible. Even when it feels like everything's going against you, you can turn that tide very simply with a few hacks. So let's talk about having a positive mindset as an author, and let's look at 2 or 3 of the different stages where you need to develop that. So the first place you need to develop that positive mindset is around, like all of you have done, finding the courage to make the decision to write your book. Now, we all think we know what goes into writing a book. And, we've learned so much as a publisher. I was an author and an international best-selling author before I became a publisher. And now we're on an international stage in India, Dubai, and America, and the UK, and it's just going to be growing. So the mindset is that you're on a journey. We call it the author's adventure. You're on a journey, which means there's going to be learning along the way. There's going to be things you know, so you'll strengthen what you know. You'll deepen understanding by revisiting and going over and over and over the same thing. So I want you to think about that one thing at the moment. Think about something in your life that you started to learn maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or something even from childhood, and how it's strengthened and deepened over time as you've grown, you've matured, you've learned, you've failed, you've cried, you've laughed. Because how you think about it today is different from how you thought about it as a child. I'm going to take something that this is a little analogy I like to use. I'm going to look at the field of arithmetic, and I'm going to look at learning how to add. Right? So we go to school, and you maybe, even as a toddler, well, maybe a wee bit more as a toddler, as a 3 and 4-year-old, your parents may have started looking at, oh, you've got 1, here's another one. Oh, that's 1, 1, 2. So you go to school and you learn to add 3 and 5, learn the story of 10, the story of 20. So you learn simple addition, 2 numbers. Then the next stage is you start to learn how to add 3 numbers together, and so on and so on. And that is developing your mind leading up to algebra, which you learn. Oh, I don't know if it's changed since I've left education, but you'd learn algebra around the age of 10. You'd start to learn that because the mind is developed enough around the conservation of number, all these different aspects of what your understanding of number is as a child. Now, so we go to secondary school. So that's primary school. We go to secondary school, and then we start to learn algebra and how to add, and you learn BOD maths and all of these other deeper understandings to help you work out calculations, which you might need for many jobs, whether you sell carpets and you've got to work out square footage, you're a plumber, you're in any of the trades, and if you go on into accounting or whatever, you need the skill of adding. And then you move on and you might do sixth form and go to university, and therefore all of that skill of adding has deepened and strengthened over time. You can't teach what you know algebra before you can add 1 and 1. So that's my point. So everything in life we go. So it could be you might get better relationships as you learn, you fall out with people, you learn how to repair them. That includes things like forgiveness. So I hope you can start to see where I'm going with mindset. So let's look at being an author first and foremost. So I've already said you've had to make a decision, you found courage to write the book, and you begin writing. But as many of you will know about mindset, when you're writing, you need to start opening up to, well, I'm going to put my writing on the page, and your first draft is really just a bit of a dump. We're not really thinking about grammar, we're not thinking about punctuation, we're not thinking about word choices, we're not thinking in the beginning about the reader as such, we're not looking at how we're engaging the reader with the sentence structure and how it's sorry about the phone, I can never switch it off, I should unplug it before. Sorry, just please ignore it. It's kind of put me off a wee bit there, sorry. So yeah, our mindset. So you then have to learn about, well, how do I make my writing better? So you need that open mind, not to think that the first draft you write is perfect. Nobody, not even the best writers in the world, the first draft they write is perfect. They master it, they go over it, they edit it, they leave it, they come back to it. These are all the strategies you do. They read it aloud. So you write it, you leave it, you come back, you read it aloud. You also then have to look at how can I improve the syntax of those sentences? How can I improve my word choices? So thesaurus, every author should have a thesaurus for sure. And we get so many online today. So it's quite easy on your phone just to go into thesaurus.com and put in the word, I don't know, whatever the word is. So you want a better word than happy, for example, and you'll come up with all these other words. And I'm going to teach you an activity around that at another time when we're talking about writing. So you learn to have an open mind that you can make your writing better. Now that can be difficult for some people, for sure. But if you don't accept that you have to improve your writing to the best it can be for your reader, then you're going to have some contention. So, writing, then you start to do your own editing as you develop the skills that you need in that writing. Then you work with us around editing as well. You work with me around structure. So writing, all of a sudden, it's not just the words on the page, it's the structure you've got to think about. It's all the other ingredients. So you have to be open to, well, how can I make this better? So a positive open mindset is crucial as an author in the writing process. But as you know, writing a book isn't just writing a book. We need to also consider how is my brand coming across? Is how I'm writing in my writer's voice? Is it reflecting my brand voice? Which goes back to values, vision, and mission. Because remember, you're putting your heart and soul in there, you're putting your experience, you're being vulnerable, you're putting your expertise, you're bringing together all that education, you're researching. So all of a sudden, from putting pen to paper or typing on a screen in a Word document, you've got to start to you've got to develop more neural pathways to understand what it takes to be a writer. So you have to look at all that structure and the cohesion and the flow and all the different connective words that you need to keep the reader reading on, turning the page and waxing lyrical about you. So already you can see how mindset's so important about being open to looking at positive feedback. You know, you need to think critically yourself, so you develop critical thinking when you engage with us and have conversations, and we'll say that we want you to think about that, and we give you tools to start that critical thinking process. Narrative questions being one, for sure. There's lots more about that. Again, it's not what we do, but we could put all these things on to help you develop. And then, so you have to think about your brand. So that's values, vision, and mission, which we do. So we do all that deep fundamentals with you. You need to be open to that. And I know we're very blessed in the authors that come to us, because you are very open-minded. Because we've worked with some of you who didn't even think about values, vision, and mission, because we actually use them in our life from a subconscious place. We're unconscious about our values until you do the exercise, and then you realize just how much, when you can see when in life you've followed those values, life is good, and the times when you've not lived up to those values, or you've not engaged with those values, or you've made decisions that go against those values, that's the times that were difficult. That's the times you had issues with relationships, or you made choices, bad choices. We've all done it, you know. I used to make bad choices around money. I'm a lot better. I'm not perfect yet, because perfection doesn't exist. So you continually evolve around all the issues that you struggle with, and you strengthen all the things that you're good at. So it's about a mindset. So it's about knowing that. It's about having the awareness. Awareness starts the journey. Awareness sparks and is the ignition, is the catalyst, any of these words that you might want to use. So, and then, and this is the biggest part of the author's journey. Once we've got once you really get your manuscript done, and what you need for the rest of your, you need a marketing mindset. If you're in business, you're an author, you need to develop a marketing mindset. And that is the biggest learning for me as a publisher, having worked with nearly 200 authors in 3.5 years. It's the marketing and it's the mindset. So how do you shift the lens to improve your marketing mindset, or to actually develop a marketing mindset? So the first step is, what is marketing? So you need to understand what is marketing and what it is not. You know, remember, we live in a duality, so we need both sides. What is marketing, what it's not, because people get it confused, and what is PR, and all of these things. So what is marketing? Now, marketing's massive. There's agencies out there and to help businesses. But, you know, in the beginning, we don't all have budgets to do lots of marketing. So you need an open mindset, a positive mindset. You need to take some of it on board and learn what it is and what you can do, what you're in control of, and how much you can do. And as you grow, you then realize, wait a minute, I now need help. So you reach out to people who can help you with marketing. Because if you don't do that journey, you'll hit roadblocks. Book sales will stop. The doors of opportunity, if you don't know how to deviate and detour. Because, as I said to all of you in our first conversation, it's not just about book sales. And that is a mindset shift. So if you've come just to earn money from book sales, then go and self-publish, or go and, I don't know. There's more to being an author, and there's way more ways of making a massive ROI. And we've done an exercise this week, and we've shown how you can do 2 to 3 speaking gigs where you speak for free, but they buy your book, and you can make your ROI in 2 to 3 of those events. And so we'll talk about that another time, because it's about mindset today. We've also now partnered with another publisher who focuses on marketing. They're a marketing agency as well. So that is something I will have another field focus on, and I'll do an interview and share that in on our channels and in school, so that you can understand. But you've got to start at the beginning, and most once you are in business, you need to know that marketing, you'll not grow your business without marketing and PR. So therefore, that mindset deepens and strengthens, and you improve your understanding. But you've got to be receptive to that change and growth in you. And the best way to do it is through education. Let's start there. So I said, what is marketing and what it's not? And the next question you need to ask is, why do I need marketing? You know, so you need to know what it is. Then you need to know, why do I need it? And then you ask, well, when and where is the best time to market? So that's how we've been talking about social media. And you have to look at your genre of your book. You have to have that 12-month calendar that we give you every January. And then you need to be using that. Look, I can read, you can see I'm surrounded by books, right? And I've read maybe 70, 80% of the books on my shelf. I've got a few new books that I've bought in the last 2-3 months that I haven't quite read yet. So I'm in the middle of reading them. But the thing is, if I read all those books, then don't apply the knowledge and take action, I'm just a reader who, I'm a consumer of knowledge. But because I'm on a mission to make a difference, my mindset tells me that I have to read and apply, because that's what you're hoping with your book. Remember, your mission is that people, is to make a difference in your reader's life. So your intention is that your reader will read the book, and a lot of you are putting journaling and all sorts of things in your books. We've got QR codes, so that the reader takes action, because you want change. You've created change within yourself. You want to create change in others. And guess what happens? That creates change in the world, because we become more positive, we take more positive action. So it's all a mindset. It's all about knowing that and doing that, and having that mindset of, I will do whatever it takes, and I don't have all the answers. And maybe my thinking, this is the most important thing, and this is why you need to get into discussions with people, and you need to go networking and all of this, because I've learned so much about marketing in this 3.5 years. I thought I knew a bit about marketing, but my goodness, what I know now is like night and day. And so therefore, I know I don't know everything. And I know I might think this about marketing, but then when I speak to people who are more expert and have been in the field and got more experience than me, and they tell me their perspectives, this is how you learn. This is fundamental in learning. So I take my perception of marketing, I listen to all these other gurus and people and experts. I work with them. I enter into discussions. They reveal a piece of knowledge, and I go, oh, I didn't know that. Oh, so that means what I've thought about marketing here has to change, because I've been given new information, and the new information is enabling me to grow. So therefore, I take the step, and now my perception of marketing has changed. That's the biggest mindset shift. We don't have all the answers, and I'm very blessed that, you know, you all are great to work with, and that we can have these conversations. And as you know, it's a two-way conversation. I learn from you as well as you're learning from me and the rest of the team. And it's that mindset to say yes. It's not having a closed mindset or a fixed mindset. There's two different things there. Closed mindset is just it's not happening. A fixed mindset means you're so stuck in your ways that you need to learn how to open up for expansion, and that other people might have a different perspective from you, different perception. They might have more experience. They might be able to teach you something. So then you can shift. You need to be ready to do that. So as a human being, you need to say to yourself, I do not have all the answers. I'm being the best. I'm doing the best as I can with what I've got, but I'm open to learning. I'm open to discussion. I'm open to listen to others' points of view and reasoning, and then bring it together with your own. I know this is a bit different from publishing a book, but I'm telling you, this is fundamental to your success. If we don't work on a positive mindset all the time along the way, then we're going to get stuck and we're not going to grow. And we have to then go, it's about introspection, so it's about that emotional intelligence. And emotionally, people with high levels of emotional intelligence are malleable, they're flexible, they change, they know they don't have all the answers. The best leaders in the world find smarter people than themselves to do the jobs that they don't want to do. So guess what? I set the intention of finding out how to sell more books. And guess what? On my cruise, I was approached by our new partner, Sergey, the chap's name is, and Julania and Eugenia, that it's their business. There's three of them. And they blew me away with their results and what they do, which I'll be sharing with you very soon. So don't worry about that just now. So I had to go and find someone who knew more than me, or who were more focused than me on doing it on a bigger scale. So I've listened to them, and I'm like, right, we're partnering up. They're thrilled to be working with us, and I'm doubly thrilled to be working with them. So this is what I'm saying. We have to look at ways in which we're growing. So you've got your book. So you might be writing it just now. So a lot of the focus is there. You might be coming to the end. And so we're really getting into the marketing. But the marketing has to start at the beginning as well. And it starts with visibility and social media. That's why I've been doing a lot around visibility and social media this last week and this week. So we'll be parking it after today for a few weeks, and we would do revisit it because it's such a big part of being an author and being in business, so being an entrepreneur. And so I hope you're getting on well with it. I hope you take some points. Tell us what the takeaway is from today about developing a growth mindset. Read Carol Dweck, go and read articles and stuff about from her. She is the founder of the fixed and the fixed mindset and an open mindset, or closed and open. And she did a massive studies in the, oh my goodness, I should know this, 1990s, I think it was. And now she's renowned worldwide for her work. So there we go. Where's your mindset? Are you open to listening, or are you like a dog with a bone, just on one thing? You know, and so therefore you just need to continue to communicate until you get mutual understanding. Sometimes we think differently, and that's the end of the day. But I think when you want to move forward, you have to take cognizance of other people's opinions to really mushroom your understanding and your expertise, the growing expertise in that field. And that happens over time. You know, I might put in again the interview with Liz Fennick, who's published by HarperCollins. She's a fiction writer, but it took her quite a number of books before she got it. And now she does all her own marketing. And this is what this again, I'm going to reinforce this. If you've got a traditional book deal, please don't think that the publisher does the marketing. It does not. They publish books. They have marketing departments, but they don't market. They'll do marketing for 1%, the top 1% that's earning them money. You have to go and work it out for yourself, because you have to work out what works for you. Along the road, you're taking advice. You'll get someone to help you. You'll get a marketer. You'll get people to help. You can't do everything, but you can develop that creative mindset and come up with creative and innovative ways of marketing your book. And then you'll look for the PR. You'll create your own PR. That's another day's work and field focus. So there we have it. Today, it was all about that positive mindset. And I really want you to, I think the writing is great. Brand is improving, but it needs consistency, and it needs absolutely going from your head into your soul. But what I would urge you to start considering is a marketing mindset as an entrepreneur. So that's in your business, as a speaker. And we'll cover all of this and we'll go into more depth because it's so vital to your success and your growth, particularly if you want to have to be on a global stage. So there we have it. Thanks very much for listening. Please come in and make comments, and let's get a conversation all around a positive mindset, open-minded, and that willingness. And willingness is a part of Dr. David Hawkins' work. When you're willing, then different things start to move and happen for you. So until next time, this is Brenda saying, be brilliant, much love, and to the pip, and see you later. Bye.